Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at how to complete the Inevitable Showdown missions for the, I guess, latest added event. So obviously we have the brand new Super Serious Battle event. So this is or Seriously Serious All Out Battles. This is a new stage. We have some new challenges that are involved as well, the Inevitable Showdown missions. I'll be showing you guys how to complete them all. Please be aware that to get these super tickets, you merely have to beat the event in any way possible. So you don't have to win the event in any way. You don't have to complete all of these missions. You don't have to do anything else. You just simply, have to beat the event. So don't panic so much about oh, I need to complete all the missions or this is crazy. No, you only need to beat the event with a team and then you will get the 14 tickets. So that part is fairly simple and easy, and I think very straightforward. Now, how Goku works is very simple. Goku has 600 million health, 750k attack. Between 50 and 100% health, he'll fire one super per turn, and when he falls below 50% health, he'll fire two supers per turn. His attack and defense go down with each attack he receives, no more than minus 15%. So he doesn't end up hitting too hard. I think he hits for about 1.8 million. You want characters that do as many attacks as possible, so that they can reduce his attack and defense as quickly as possible. And that should put you in a good position. Now, beyond that, beyond that whole process, I think in general, this event is fairly straightforward. So, I think in general, it's very, very good, very solid, incredibly, simple, and so completing the missions is not too hard. Now, in terms of the extreme type mission, which requires you to use an extreme AGL, extreme tech, extreme physical, extreme extreme strength, extreme int, etc., etc. I went with a sworn enemies team. A couple of reasons. The main one is it allowed me to use the free-to-play Demon King Piccolo, who I really, really like. Also, I felt allowed for using some of the older SCZAs and SCZAs all in kind of one team. So it's a team of older units that players probably have. Of course, that doesn't necessarily make it an easy team to put together. So it's not to say that this is an ostensibly easy team for players to put together or use or anything like that. But it is a team that I, for the most part, felt was relatively simple and okay to put together. So just going to depend, on your box. There's a couple extreme teams I think that could do this event fairly easily. You could go just a pure Buhan team. I think that's more than fine. You could go a pure artificial life forms team with Cell and everything, and Booze as a hybrid. It's kind of what we did here, which I think is fine. You could go for the movie bosses extreme team, which I think is also fine, maximizing out on the Brolys, the uncontrollable power, the Janembas, etc. That is probably the best team. I just felt like I wanted to just spice things up a little bit, I guess, and try out some slightly different ones and see how they went. So, realistically, the extreme one I don't think was the biggest challenge. I think it's actually the easiest mission. It's the next two missions that we'll be completing at the same time that I think are probably the ones that are most challenging. So, the next two missions are to use an all AGL team, really quite challenging, and then to use obviously a team that can beat the event in 5 turns. Now, I found the easiest way to beat the event in 5 turns is to just have the Gogeta Vegito combo and have them basically slaughter the opposition. That is always the easiest way. Now, you don't have to have Vegito, because you need an all AGL team, but you do need Gogeta. So that is the one unfortunate thing. You could maybe potentially replace Gogeta or AGL Vegeta Goku with someone else. I'm not too certain who. But you could potentially, I guess. I don't really know who would kind of work as a pseudo replacement, because a big component of Gogeta isn't just his offense, but it's also his attack active boost that boosts the Vegito to do his damage. So this felt like the easiest way, just basically running the full AGL Pure Saiyans lineup and then having the tech Goku Vegeta kind of pop up alongside Gogeta. So the rotations and how the team will work is fairly simple. SS3 Goku Angel will tank on the opposite rotation. Hopefully you pair him up with the SS3 Goku GT, who will become SS4 Goku GT. That's kind of like the goal, the aim, the desire here. Then your float MUI Goku, your float Vegeta, and your float the AGL Bardock, who is free to play. Next, your other rotation will obviously be the Vegeta and the Goku. Now, you have to have, obviously, both of their active skills present. So, one thing that you need to know with Goku and Vegeta is when their active skills activate. So, you need them both to trigger by turn 5. If they don't trigger, you are going to have an inability to win, because you need basically the boost and you need the counters. You need all of that to come together to be able to get off like a successful run. So it is, I would say from my end, something that's quite mandatory is the activation of those active skills, which can only really be done from the 5th turn. So you basically have to get them both in turn 1, or essentially have them be available in turn 1, or have them both line up at turn 5. Like you would have seen me, I didn't start with them both in turn 1, but that's okay. I need them both to line up by turn 5. Like one of them has to be in turn 1, so that you can sync them both to be together by turn 5, because in turn 5 is when you need to win, and in turn 5 is when you need to use the active skills at the same time. So it is challenging. It is quite a challenge, I think, for a lot of players, but it is something you can do. Like, I do believe you can do it. You can achieve it fairly simple. So all you got to do is get those lineups right. Reset, it's fine. There's no problem with resetting. It's okay. Like, you can reset. It's not like it's a huge big deal. You can reset. You can do whatever you need. But you need to sync up those actives, and then once you do sync up those actives, once you do have everything working out properly, then I think everything starts to look really, really good, and I think everything works out quite fine. That's at least my, I guess, opinion on the matter. So obviously there is a challenge there. Like, there is definitely a challenge there. I think especially if you are someone who's struggling with certain things, I think there is always a challenge. But I think ultimately for me, I think there's definitely a good kind of team build that can work very nicely. So yeah, for me, that's really about it. Obviously I don't really have much more to say. Once you get the actives off, you're kind of good to go. Like, I don't think there's anything holding you back at that point, so you're pretty much good to go once you have the active popping off. So at that point, I just kind of say adios, and you can call it, you can take the victory. But yeah, I guess that's basically it for me. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. It's always greatly appreciated. If you need any more help, you can just let me know in the comments down below. It's no problem. And yeah, realistically, wish you guys all the best, and I wish you the best with your special ticket summons, because I know that's what a lot of people are currently looking forward to. So yeah, but I think that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. So as always, take care, stay safe, and thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care, stay safe, and bye.